Yay, guess what? You thought the Gundam 00 podcast would be the only one that I would do. But I'm here for another podcast. And before I even get into anything, I really should introduce myself, because last podcast I didn't even introduce myself. I'm known as Lita Kino on the interwebs, and my motto is, I do way too many things. I am solely a blogger. I am a casual YouTuber. I say casual because I don't upload so often now. I'm with a group called Owls Bloggers, and I like doing a lot of different side projects, and anime is life to me. It is. I can't do without my daily dose of anime. So all these hobby ventures that I do are all revolved around the one thing, that is anime. And for a while now, I've wanted to branch out a bit and collaborate with other smaller bloggers, smaller YouTubers, and this is the start of a mini podcast for the future, which is my hope, honestly. And I'm here today with a fellow Australian blogger friend. It's so good to have another fellow Aussie, and I know I've found out way more I have now. But hopefully I'll get around to podcasting with those guys. But I am here with Steph, known on the WordPress blogging community or the anime blogging community as Two Happy Cats. So introduce yourself, Steph. Say hi.
Hi there, my name's Steph. So yeah, my online name is Two Happy Cats, even though I technically have 3 cats now. I run the blog twohappycats.com, where I talk about anime, manga, boys love, and otome games.
Oh, so exciting. She does so many things. I know she's big on her otome game.
Oh, yes.
Which I know nothing about otome games, which Steph, hopefully, if anyone's listening like me that has no idea about otome games, you're going to give us a lesson a bit later on. I will drag you all to
otome hell with me.
Otome hell. I love it. So, you own 3 cats.
Yes.
I mean, the name of the blog has the ring to it of, obviously, 2 happy cats. So, what kind of cats do you have? And what are their names? You must tell us.
Oh, so my first cat I got was in 2010. He's just like a regular short hair. And I called him Kuro because I really liked Kurogane from Tsubasa. And he's a black cat as well. Yes, so he's named after...
Yes, I remember how massive it was, and now it's nearly forgotten
right?
about. Oh, it's where you get an adult Shaoran and
Sakura, yeah. Oh, and
anybody's not seen Tsubasa Chronicles, just do it. If you need your adult Shaoran and Sakura, just go.
It's incredible. And he somehow also managed to get the personality of Kurogane, so he's very kind of aloof and thinks he's like the top dog around here, or top cat, I should say. Yeah, so he's pretty adorable. And then quite a few years later, I think maybe 2015 it would have been, we got Mary. So Mary is a ragdoll, which are like those really fancy fluffy cats you see. So we got her from a breeder, so she was a pretty penny. And then, and then about 6 months ago, we adopted Pippin, which is also a ragdoll. We adopted him from the RSPCA. And he's like 10 or 11 or something, so he's an old man in cat years.
Yeah, that's true. Your cats, I think, are nearly older than mine. I don't know how old my cat is.
Yeah.
I think he's about, we reckon he's 9.
Oh, okay, yeah, he would be, yeah.
Reckon, yeah, 7 or 9, 8 or 9, roughly that. But I know before your blog was actually called Kuro-sama Reviews, was it?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, poor Mary, so then I changed it, and then now I've got Pippin, and I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered to change it to 3 happy cats. The logo is set, I paid for my domain.
I know. I mean, maybe in the future you'll have 10 cats. And 10 happy cats.
10 happy cats.
Adding on to change your blog name throughout the years.
10 happy cats, 1 sad owner.
It'd be known as the crazy cat.
The crazy cat blogger.
Oh. I'm glad your cats were such an inspiration for your blog, whereas mine story of how my blog came to be, well, is really centered around I'm just a huge Jupiter fangirl. And I thought it was a great idea when I joined the blogging community in WordPress to, name it after Sailor Jupiter.
Yeah.
So people, do not name your blog after your favorite character because now, I can't make myself anything else because then you end up being known for what you are known as. You're
forever known as Sailor Jupiter. But that's not bad to be known as.
I mean, technically, fun fact, if people don't know, probably most people will know that, Lita is actually the English name in the English dub. I was thinking about calling it Mikoto, but it just didn't have a ring to it. It didn't really. Which is why we have now Lita Keto Anime Corner. So your story of getting your blog name is way more fascinating than mine.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I always watched Sailor Moon, and I also was a fan of Sailor Jupiter, but my favorite was Sailor Venus.
Oh yes, Sailor Venus. She actually pulls some of the most hilarious expressions she does. Alongside Serena, if they get excited about something, it's like food or boys or whatever. But I'm glad Sailor Jupiter was your favourite, but then Venus came along and replaced it.
Yeah.
Boo you, curse you.
Tragic.
But speaking of, we're going along the nostalgia track. Why don't you tell us how you got into anime yourself? Any fun facts? Any memories that you have? Ooh. Embarrassing stories? We all have embarrassing stories.
Yes, well, I first started watching anime when I was quite young. So Sailor Moon Card Captors was always on after school. And in the morning, I'm not sure if you got it where you live. Did you have something called Toasted TV in the morning? Before school?
Well, I know Aussie, they had Cheese TV, which I never experienced.
Oh, yes, Cheese TV.
I moved out here.
Yeah.
In the UK, we, where I'm previously from, I think we had a channel called Five. It went Five Shake. And that's where Sailor Moon and Card Captors would be played alongside obviously on Cartoon Network and Toonami, but primarily I saw Sailor Moon on Cartoon Network and then I saw Dragon Ball Z on Toonami.
Okay, yeah, because for us it was Cheese TV had Dragon Ball Z and Beyblades and Yu-Gi-Oh! So that was in the morning. Yeah, so we had
anytime someone mentions Beyblade, I get a little bit excited. Yeah. I guess officially that was my first anime, but I didn't know that it was, classed as anime back then.
Yeah, same. But,
some people have gone, what is Beyblade? And I'm like, it's about spinning tops.
Yeah, pretty much.
With bees inside of them.
It's
and the idea is drawn out in this epic, like a shonen, in this epic battle.
Cool. Yeah. It's very tense and very serious.
Yes, all about the Beyblades. Let it rip. I was sad. I used to stand in front of my TV and I'd pretend I'd have one, and whenever it'd be ready, 3, 2, 1. Let it rip! I look like a sado.
It was because I'm an only child, and I bought the Beyblades when they came out, but I had nobody to play with them, so I would just be in my room alone, just ripping Beyblades like a loser.
Oh, you're not a loser. It was the start of our
journey.
I mean, it can't be as bad as when this is still within the realm of anime, but you know, I'm still a massive Sonic X fan. I want to buy the now new Sonic X seasons that is being sold by Discotech. Discotech. It's sad that I want those seasons and I want to rewatch Sonic X anyway. I loved Sonic X, and I used to, like, whenever the theme song would come on, Sonic X, and then I would just make up my own dance routine. It's sad. I even remember my own dance routine that I made up.
That's incredible. You could have been a backup dancer or something.
Yeah, I could do on this K-pop videos.
Exactly.
I'm ready, Vogue. Let me get my close up. But yeah, that's hilarious. I'm not alone in the Beyblade zone.
Yes. It was so good.
Who was your favourite Beyblader?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember I think his name was like Kai. It was like that guy with the grey hair, and he had like these blue marks on his face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the top dude.
Yes. He was
my
was
so
first
cool.
Anime crush.
Right? It was between him and like that guy in the arcade worker in Sailor Moon. Was he an arcade worker?
Isn't that Andrew?
Yes. I liked it.
You liked Andrew? Oh, serious girl.
I know. I have bad taste.
You do. That's a very bad taste. Okay, you don't have bad taste because we got Kai on the table.
Yeah.
So that we're all good. But I went for a massive Kai obsession in my teens. Like, you know, I wrote a fanfic about him.
Yes.
About me and him. Oh dear. I still have that.
You gotta find it.
Childhood secrets. Seriously, it's 80 pages long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I wrote it in a notebook every time I would stay over my nan's house.
Yeah.
Well, flat, sorry, we'll call it in the UK terms. I would always begin writing it, and I remember I was so obsessed with the story. I'm just like, where has that finesse gone? Right? Like, I need that finesse of how I approach blogging. Like, I open a new entry for blogging, and then nothing happens.
You need to introduce Kai to your blog. Get that passion going.
I know. I'm just like, I need to start writing random fanfic stories on the blog, and then everybody will just unfollow me. But yeah, so oh god, I'm gonna try and collect myself here. But yeah, that story was a major part of my childhood. I went through fanfic. I put images, stuck them in my school diary.
Oh yes.
Like just that's what you do. I mean, it was so weird that we had a school diary when we came to Australia, and I saw everybody like sticking like their favourite pictures all over it, and I'm like, oh yes, best idea. Let's cover it all in card. This was still 15-year-old me. This was so.
Yeah, I feel like at school it was so easy to kind of pick out who the anime fans were, because they always had their diary. Like mine was just filled with like Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Just absolute non-stop. Oh, it's pretty good. It's easy to get obsessed with it.
Well, did you know that I think it was Discotech, or I can't remember what company it was. It's being re-released. Positive. Yeah. With the dub. Ooh. I'm sure it's with the dub. Yeah, with the original dub. So you need to look that up later. Yeah. About because I saw a tweet about it. I'm sure it's Discotech or one of the other companies. I can't remember the other company. Damn it. But yeah, it's getting re-released, which is. Yeah, I thought that might excite you, but then again, I didn't even know that you were such a fan of the show. So I like that these companies exist, like Discotech and some of the other ones, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Terrible me. They give us all this they re-release all these old new releases. Yeah. It's like you know, Gravitation.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Getting a new re-release on Blu-ray.
Oh my gosh, I need that now.
Nozomi Entertainment are doing that.
Oh.
Yeah, positive Nozomi Entertainment are doing that. I was so excited
Oh,
seeing that. I'm just
they
like,
take my money.
yeah, take my money. It's like when Discotheque I was saying earlier about Sonic X. Like they put out all of the seasons now with the English dub. I'm like, take me money now.
I don't need food. I don't need housing. Just take my money.
Yes.
Oh
Dear. But so after you got into like Sailor Moon and Yu-Gi-Oh, were you a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh?
yes, I was a crazy fan. Like I had I bought like the card decks, and we used to have like a little club before school that would like battle.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I lived a very sheltered life. I was like a loner in my hobbies,
to
be
no.
honest. Honestly, until I went to college in the UK.
Yeah.
Because college is very different, or schooling in the UK is very different, because college is from like year 10 to like year 13.
Oh, okay.
And I was already halfway through year 10 by the time then I was moving then to Australia, then I had to restart school here, just to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, year 10 wasn't in college in the UK, wasn't until I met other individuals that actually liked anime.
Yeah.
Or at the time. So pretty much all my high school life and stuff, I was kind of a loner, but like had like, you know, internet friends that I was like talking to and stuff. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I remember for me, like when I was in high school, the first person I met who also liked anime was probably the worst first impression, because I was talking to a friend about a series. I was talking to a friend about Inuyasha, and I was talking about Sesshomaru, and I had like mispronounced the name. I called him like Sesshomaru or something. And this girl who I had never seen, who was walking past me, was like, "Oh my god, if you like him so much, pronounce his name correctly. It's Sesshomaru," and walked off.
Yeah.
And then two months later, we were like best friends.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know. Are you like subscribed to the streaming service Anime Lab? If you're not,
yes.
You should be. Or are you, Steph?
I'm like subscribed, but like I never use it because I have like the free.
Have all of the Inuyasha on there.
Oh shit!
All of it.
I've got like, because I never finished it. I got up to like a point, and then because I had the Do you remember when Big Pond used to send you DVDs?
No.
Yeah.
I did not even know Big Pond. Oh wait. Yes, they would send you DVDs.
Yeah, so that's how I was watching Inuyasha, and then they closed the service, and then I never finished.
Service.
I know, Big Pond ruining my anime.
But yes, it's funny because I just recently, or actually a couple of days ago, Mad Men having a sale right now. God, deadly. I know sales are always deadly when they're like 85% off. It's funny, they were selling each of the fat packing seasons of Inuyasha for like $10.
Oh my god!
I bought like 5 of them.
Yes.
So I will have all of the collection. I was thinking about buying the whole collection.
Yeah.
Which is like $80. Originally, it's like $150 on the Magnet site.
Yeah.
It's gone right down to $80.
That's
and I kept thinking, but then I'm like, wait. I've technically got 2 of the seasons. Forget the 3 next few. Then I got the final act. You need to see the final act, Steph, if you've not seen that.
I have not seen it.
You have a beautiful conclusion.
I know. I never got closure with this series.
God. You're a very free being right now.
Yes.
We need to sit down and wrap it, and maybe I think we need to start from the beginning. I think you do. We need to have a heart to heart about Inuyasha, because it's definitely one of the first 10 anime I ever watched, and one of the very first long running anime I ever watched. And I love it. I love the dub. The dub is a soft spot for me. I listen to the Japanese voice. I'm like, no. I just think of Richard. Damn it, I can't remember his surname, but I know the Richard dude. He's a very famous voice actor, and he does the voice of Inuyasha, which is just hilarious. Oh, I love Kagome and Inuyasha's interactions, the most hilarious thing
Yeah.
I've really ever seen. Making me reminisce. I mean, honestly, I was going through a massive Inuyasha rewatch just this year, and then I stopped and I said to myself, right, I'll wait until I got all of the collection, and I'll just rewatch all of it all over again, because I can't remember where I started off from, because there's 167 episodes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I know, it's like, your whole soul will just be gone by the time you make it through.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, so what is it getting onto, I guess, the topic of blogging now?
Yeah.
But, so how did you get into the blogging scene for yourself?
So for me, because actually, I went on exchange in the end of 2014. And one of the friends I made over there, when I came back to Australia, she was talking to me about how she had started her own WordPress blog. And I was kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I had kind of, when I had gone back, I'd kind of disconnected from my group of friends. And I was kind of looking for stuff to do to keep myself occupied. And then so in around August, 2015, I just made my first blog. And that was the Kurosama Reviews. And I kind of just went from there until now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where did, because I think you said to me where you transferred from, you went to the UK.
Yes, I did like a study abroad program. So I was in Cardiff in Wales.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Wales is beautiful. I mean, I've personally not seen it myself. I've not been there, but, it is a beautiful place.
It is, yeah.
And you would have experienced firsthand the grandest of weather that the UK has to offer.
Oh my god. And you know what the worst thing was? Like, I suffered through winter, and then it didn't snow, so I didn't even get to see any pretty snow. Came back to Australia, and the day after I got back, it was like this beautiful snow falling down. So I just froze my butt off for no reason, no return.
That's the pot of luck.
It
is. During your exchange program, did you have the opportunity to visit anywhere else in the UK? Were you allowed to visit any of the central parts like London or Manchester? Yes,
I did go around. I went to Bristol, and I really loved Bristol. I went to London. I went to Swansea. Swansea was a trip.
Swansea. Yes, I know Swansea.
Swansea was so you know how Swansea has this old castle there?
Oh yes.
Yes, so we got to the bus station, everyone's like, oh, it's just a 20-minute walk from the bus station to the castle. 2 hours later, we're still walking. And then we asked someone, and they're like, no, it's only 10 more minutes. An hour later, we're still walking.
Oh, good. So it took you, 4 hours to get to one castle?
Yeah, and we just caught a bus. I was so pissed off. I'm like, what are these people in Swansea? Do they walk like Usain Bolt? What's going on?
I mean, at least you would have been surrounded by the luscious greenery.
Yeah.
Someone say that to you, and then, you pull the most scalliest
face.
Give. It's funny, my parents used to going, hiking a lot. They did in the UK. I mean, I was still very young. I was around, 11 to around 11, 12. Used to moan a lot that we would be going on a hike or a walk. And now, when I moved to Australia, now I really love hiking, and, I would like to go back there someday.
Oh yeah.
And definitely go explore, be a tourist.
Yes.
And just go hiking there, and it's a beautiful place.
It is
to go. Yeah, I had a family friend who just came back from there from 6 weeks, and
oh wow,
they love the scenery, and it's just something you need to see for yourself. An image cannot give you the same impact of feeling, but it's very, very exciting. That I would never have known you would have gone to the UK. So
it was a good trip. It was a strange trip, but a good trip.
Because this is the first time I'm hearing your voice, and I mean, you almost still do sound a little British to me. like I've been told the same thing, that I have a mix of Aussie and British in me. I do. But you do sound like you are from the UK, Steph, so it's quite funny. It's quite amusing.
Yeah, I remember when I was on exchange, I was with some Americans and we met some Australians, and I was really excited to see these Australians because, you know, you're so far away from home. And they thought I was like messing with them when I told them I was Australian. They were like, no, you're like trying to make fun of us. And I was like, no. And I had to bring out like my driver's license just to convince them. I'm like... Who would like lie?
Here is the evidence.
Here's the evidence. I am one of you. Accept me. Like, please.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Australians are so weird.
So has the blogging venture for you, or going into the community, been worth it?
Yeah, I think so. It's really cool. Like, I get to talk to people like you, and we can kind of like, because in my like real life, I actually don't have many friends who like anime, and they kind of like, and they don't play games or anything. So it's kind of a way for me to kind of express a different side of myself. Like, I mean, my best friend who I've known for 10 years, she actually really dislikes anime, and all she likes is Game of Thrones. So it's kind of, it's like fun to kind of like be able to talk about something that I'm passionate about, rather than kind of just being alone in my room watching some 2D boys with my cats.
I know. and letting rip.
Yeah.
Your baby.
My Beyblades. I keep them under my bed, and just sometimes at midnight I just whisper, let it rip.
You're like that same child.
Yeah, I never grew up. It's like Peter Pan, but with Beyblades.
Yeah, I think every you dub it as like otaku. I don't really use the word, but you know, you're always going to have those friends that are not interested in anime. Like I personally, in real life now, I don't know. I know many individuals or acquaintances they are now that like anime and pop culture. But like, you know, right now I don't personally have any like real life friends that, you know, actually like anime. So a lot of them are like on, you know, like my like a lot of online friends, which is fine. That's, but I've, you know, it's let me build like some really like lasting relationships. I have two very close friends which are online, but I have a couple of like pen pals. One of them I got to meet back in 2015, which was an amazing experience.
Wow,
and I don't call them an online friend now. They are like a close friend. They are. And then I have the other one's in America, and she's currently living in Japan. And it's our hope that maybe one day we'll get to meet.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. How did you like meet your like pen pal friend?
So I don't know if anybody remembers the site. It's called Bebo. It first made itself known or appeared about 2005. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bebo, Steph.
I feel like it's like tickling the back of my nostalgia. Like it
was way before Facebook.
Yeah,
ever came to pass. It was like the social. It's like the old version of Facebook, basically.
Yeah. And
I used to like role play on there, and I was role playing Sailor Jupiter at the time. Then I met my friend who was my pen pal at the time. She actually lives in New Zealand. Fun fact.
Oh wow!
And she was role playing Sailor Moon. And that's how we met. I met her through Bebo.
It's like a perfect match.
I lost contact with her, and then I managed to get in re-contact with her, and we emailed back and forth. Yeah. And then 2015, she tells me that she's coming to us. She's doing she's visiting friends in some of the different states, like main Sydney and Melbourne, and then she wanted to come see me last trip.
Yeah. And
we only got to spend a couple of days because she had to go back to New Zealand for, I think it was a wedding or something. I can't remember. But she stayed at my house. It was kind of funny that my parents were fine with actually letting somebody we'd never met into our house.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
When they just said yes. But honestly, it just felt like how I'd known her all that time ago. And honestly, we went crazy. Like, I showed her everywhere of where I live, and we're food crazy people. Love food. And we're K-pop fans as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the most amazing experience, even though it was only 2 days. And we do want to meet up again. You know, time is money, but
Yeah.
it's one of my fondest memories of getting into anime and stuff. That's brought me this friendship with her. So
That's
very
incredible.
amazing experience. So it's been my hope that I get to meet some other people someday. I mean, I believe it will happen.
Yeah.
I do. So, but I mean, I know it's like, who's to say? Maybe one day we'll meet each other.
Yeah.
I have no doubt, really.
I mean, we live in the same country. It should happen sometime.
I know. And, technically getting on a plane to Sydney is, vastly cheap. Maybe you ought to say for my birthday this year, hey, I want to go to Sydney, or I want to go somewhere else for a little holiday. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Because as you get older, you don't really want things. You want to experience
things, yeah.
But no, I still need to spend money on anime during the Christmas sales. No, that's never going to change.
Yeah.
Oh,
always.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I'm going to start looking at them. What do you call it? The Mad Men sales now. After we finish this, I've just started to think I need to buy some new anime.
Oh God, well, God help you, because there's too many good deals. Way too many good deals, and maybe I think there was a few psychological horror, because I know that's one of your favorite genres.
Yes.
I know it is. There was some of those on sale. There was. I can't remember though. So yes, I've become a horrible influence over you.
Farewell, my money.
Influence with everybody. But yeah, I was curious about, because I know you like blogging a lot about otome games on your blog, and why don't you tell us a bit about how you actually got into otome games for yourself?
So I was kind of just on Tumblr or Twitter one day, and I kept seeing people talk about this game called Mystic Messenger. And I was like, oh, the pictures are so pretty, and I might as well kind of try it out. And then I got hooked, and I didn't sleep for the entire, I think the game goes for about 11 days. It's so Mystic Messenger is in real time. And
I remember, yes, I do remember when Mystic Messenger came out, and I remember my YouTuber friend Anime Palooza was crazy about it. So I even downloaded it myself, and I did play a bit of it. So
yeah.
I guess that was my first otome game experience. It was.
Yeah, did you like it?
I didn't get very far. I think I quit halfway through. I didn't lose interest. I just never went back to it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there have been I think people find it hard. It's supposed to be a visual novel game, and you basically just clicking on what would you do in this situation. That's kind of what otome games are, and some people I think find it hard to wrap their head around that. And I think that's something that's something I've found it hard to wrap my head around, or I've not really found the right game. One of the ones I really want to play is They're obvious choices, but Amnesia and Code Realize, particularly Code Realize, because I loved the anime for it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a decent otome anime adaptation, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because let's not talk about the adaptation for Amnesia, because that was just a mess.
I haven't seen it, thankfully.
No, I don't think you want to.
I'll just avoid.
But did you end up seeing Code Realize, the adaptation there?
No, I didn't, because I haven't finished playing the game. And I knew that the anime follows kind of the true route or the final route, which I haven't played. So I was like, I'll kind of hang on a bit before I check it out.
Yeah, that's obviously That is Lupin.
Yes.
Lupin the Third. But yes, I loved that they were based. I love the setting, the steampunk setting.
Yeah,
for
it's
the anime.
gorgeous.
And I know the anime is flawed in some areas. It's quite obvious. Like I felt like the villain was a bit like lackluster, childish brat.
Yeah.
But the animation, I can't, some people thought the animation was like flat. There was like nothing interesting about it. I'm like, I fully disagree. There was so much detail that went into like the setting of London.
Yeah.
In like, I think it was 18th or 19th century and I like that they brought in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Which spin around as Sherlock, but actually from the original novels of Sherlock Holmes, originally it was called Sherlock Holmes and Lupin the Thief. There is actually a real book. I can't remember the year it was made, but that was what those two characters come from. It's based off of how their interactions are. It's based off of that book.
Yeah. And you've got like Victor Frankenstein and Van Helsing and just all these kind of literary characters.
Yeah. I mean, they don't exactly, like Van Helsing, I think scary Van Helsing. Like my first Van Helsing experience was watching the movie with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yes! Aussie Van Helsing.
Yes, I loved that movie. I have a soft spot for it. It was my first experience with Hugh Jackman, which obviously we don't need to talk about Hugh Jackman, It's just, he's just to die for, really.
He's incredible. If you don't have a crush on Hugh Jackman, I don't know what to say. He's incredible.
He is. There could be like no other Wolverine.
Just
couldn't. But anyway, but yeah, that was my first experience with Hugh Jackman, and yeah, I liked that they're using literature characters. And the thing that most impressed me actually was when we come to, which Steph is going to love this topic, is the female protagonist when it comes to otome game adaptations.
Yes,
because they always can seem to seem flat.
Yeah,
like just generic. Like right now, I think there's another otome adaptation in the summer 2018 season, which is let me think, Phantom of the Twilight, if I remember. And everyone's saying that the protagonist is like very generic, and I've not had a chance to watch it yet, but I am kind of a sucker for the otome adaptations of anime. I got a soft spot for those. But yeah, like the protagonist for Code Realized, god damn it, what's her name?
Cardia?
Yeah, Cardia.
Yeah, I forget because I always use my own name in the game. I'm like She starts out, with the presumption that, oh God, no, you're just going to be another washed up board. Yeah.
But then it's like, oh my God, she's actually getting personality.
Yeah.
And holy crap. She actually forms and develops into a very, confident female protagonist.
Yeah.
And it works well with the story, it does. And I felt sorry for her. It made me feel sorry for her. She's got this poison running through her veins, and she can't touch anyone. She can't touch Lupin. Of how her character was formed through the series, it makes you feel sorry for her. So and ever since then, watching the series, it's just made me want to like play the game and stuff, because I didn't know in otome games you those different routes for the different male characters. Which is interesting.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I think a lot of people kind of misunderstand otome games in the sense that they think the game is only about romancing the guy. Like, they think, like, oh, it's just, like, I've seen a lot of comments, especially from, like, guys on forums, and they're like, ew, I don't want to play a otome game and make out with a guy, and it's gonna be awful, and why do they translate these games? And I'm like, chill out, like, no need to be like that. Like, a lot of the otome games, it's, like, about choosing your adventure. And when you do separate into the guy's route, a lot of it is kind of like, it's not so much like the romance is there, but it's also about, working with the guy, building up your strengths, building up his strengths, resolving most of the time some past trauma this guy has, and just kind of like connecting and like, and like working towards a greater good.
Definitely. But yeah, I guess I was one of those that assumed that, it's just about catering to the guy's needs.
Yeah.
Obviously, I see that is not the case.
Yeah, although there are some games which are like that. The bad games, which we do not talk about.
What are some of your favourite otome games that you like to play?
Oh, I definitely love Code Realize. And I've recently been working my way through Collar X Malice, which is another kind of quite big one. And actually, Collar X Malice and Code Realize are very similar in that they both deal with someone with poison. But
I didn't realise that. I think the name would suggest otherwise.
Yeah. So in Collar X Malice, you play as a police officer who has a poison collar attached to her neck, and she has to pretty much kind of battle against this terrorist group which has kind of taken hold of Shibuya and try to like uncover the different crimes they've been doing over a 12-month period. And it's kind of cool because like you were saying, like you've got this protagonist who is pretty kick-ass. She's a police officer. She stands up for herself and she's pretty smart as well. And I just love it. I just love this idea of being able to play such a strong female character.
Yes. They should do an anime adaptation for that game.
They should.
Hey, you never know. When this podcast comes out, maybe we'll get an announcement, because it's happened before. I've done a podcast and then got an announcement about the series we were talking about. It's just the coincidence. But yeah, that sounds like it. It sounds like a great story. It does.
Yeah, it's like
just, sometimes the potential just ends up falling flat, which is what I feared with Code Realize when I read the story in that, but. No, it surprised me, and again, I've yet to write about that actually on my blog. That's another one I'm going to add to my long list of things to write.
Just slowly go through them.
Yep, I'm working my way. But what is some? I know that Otome, there's quite a few accessible ones like on the App Store and that. What are some ones that you would recommend to a novice person like me?
Oh yes, so
give a go.
I am super obsessed with all the Shall We Date games. So I know they've got the best name. But they do a whole bunch. So one that I have been playing since it came out is called Lost Alice. And it's set in Alice in Wonderland. And you play as this girl who kind of got pretty much kidnapped to Wonderland. And you're trying to get home and recover your memories of your normal life back in the real world. And there's I think there's 15 or something guys you can romance. They release a new route pretty much every month or two. And it's just because this one's got it's pretty intense story, so it kind of pulls from different fairy tales. So you've got the Land of Grimm with kind of a guy called Red who seems to be a little bit inspired by Little Red Riding Hood, and the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood. You've got the Cheshire Cat, which is typical Lost Alice. Sorry, not Lost Alice, Alice in Wonderland, and things like that. And it's just, and you've got Hansel and Gretel there, and it's just a really kind of fun take on fairy tales, but it's got a lot of thought and interesting design thrown into it.
Oh wow! I didn't realize games like that went for such a long period of time. Oh, when did that game come out?
I think it was almost a year ago. It's been these games just go on, it seems, almost forever. And usually they take about, so the route comes out and it can take kind of a month or a month and a half to actually finish it. So I'm actually trying to search up when the game first came out, because it feels like it's been a very long time. Here we go. It came out in December 2016.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, so some of these just go on for a long period of time.
Yeah. Oh. But yes, it's very good. I really recommend that. I also recommend there's a Korean company called Day 7 who I pretty much love, and I always write about it on my blog. But they do a lot of stories set in like high school, and which one's my?
You got me there.
I know that
high school trash romance. Yes.
Yes.
Give it to me now.
And they recently did one. It's called Flower Boy Athletic High, and you play as like a disciplinary committee member who has to pretty much. There's 5 boys who are all specialists in different sports, and all of them are quite like naughty and always get in trouble, and you have to try and make them be like good and follow the school rules. I don't think I explained that very well. I made it sound.
Did you ever follow school rules, Steph?
Oh, I was such a sucker for school rules. I was like school prefect, and I was such a goody two shoes.
Oh God, you're like me then in so many ways.
I know, and then sometimes I'll see people from high school and they're like, you're so different now, like your hair is dyed, you swear so much, when in high school I was like teacher's pet.
Oh no, I hate all those. I mean, I was kind of like that as well. What the hell? I think I got a little bit more lenient when I went into college, but no, I was still like goody two shoes. But no, then I came to Australia and I was corrupted.
We destroyed sweet innocent Lisa.
Yes, I was destroyed. Now I'm just the way I am now. you still have your innocence, Steph. It's the voice. The voice makes you appear so innocent. Yes.
It's deceptive.
Yes, it is. It is deceptive. But okay, so we've got Lost Hours, and what was the second one? I've already forgot the name.
Yep, Lost Alice and Flower Boy Athletic High. It's a very long name. That's
all right. I think you'll message me with the name of the game later. And these are available on the App Store, and they're free.
Yes, and they're completely free. Although
that's good. I like when things are free.
Yes, as always, free stuff makes the world go round. And
what platform do you like to play your otome games on? I know obviously Android phone, iPhones, yes, they have full accessibility, but I don't know. I know some people play theirs like on their computer, or they play it on their PS Vita.
Yeah. I personally love playing on my Vita. I just find like the screen's very like, it's quite a bigger screen, and it's just kind of a bit more handheld. I don't like using my phone too much. But because like now there's kind of a bit of concern within the otome community about kind of the future of Vita games, Vita otome games, because Vita is very popular in Japan, but everywhere else, no one really buys them. So in the West, they've stopped the physical production of Vita games. And so people are kind of unsure if otome games will be digital releases on the Vita, or if they're going to swap over to the Switch, which is one of the reasons I dropped a few $100 on a Switch recently. Crying.
Good job.
I know. I just... my money.
Oh, dear. It's okay. You did what you had to do.
Yeah.
We all have to do. Like, I had to do what I had to do, getting all my Mad Men stuff.
Right.
Sale.
We did it for the husbandos.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't do it for the husbandos. Well, I guess Inuyasha was a husbando, maybe. But no, Haikyuu was on sale for $15 season 1. I didn't get that.
Oh no.
I need to get that next.
Naja will be disappointed in you.
Yes. Someone will be disappointed in me, probably. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realize that they had stopped producing the games. And are you fearing that it'll be digital? You're hoping that it'll be switched over to the Switch, or they'll just keep it on the PS Vita?
Like, best case scenario, I would love for them to kind of release on both, on the Switch and the Vita. For me, I'm not too kind of worried about it being a digital release, just purely because I stopped buying physical releases recently, because if you wait about 6 months or a year. Sometimes you can get the game for super cheap. Like recently, so right now on the PS Store is the winter sale or summer sale if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. And like they've got the Amnesia game for like $8 Australian. And they've got
nice.
and they've got like the Hakuoki, Kyoto Winds, and Edo Blossoms for about $20 each. Yes,
I love the anime series for that.
You gotta get the game.
I know. Shoujo Thoughts, another fellow anime blogger friend, she loves that, playing the games for that series. I know she does. So yeah, I mean, like she was the main reason I was curious about like playing the games and such. But like I own the series and I really loved it as a samurai like series.
Yeah,
it's very different. But yeah, I know the game's supposed to be something more alluring.
Yeah, the game is next level. Join us on the dark side. We've got your samurai boys.
So, do you think that from playing so many like otome games, you're accessible to all these really hot men that are just nowhere really to be seen in reality, but yet you can have them in the palm of your hand?
Yes, like it's such an awful thought, but whenever I go outside, I'll sometimes just be like, like that guy's cute, but not as cute as like Enomoto in Collar X Malice, or like, I wouldn't mind going to Wonderland if I can talk to like Luke from Lost Alice, it's just like...
Oh, I know it's true, so I've done that before, I've seen, like guys sort of cute, but I'm like, oh no, they haven't got that badass feel like
exactly.
I did.
I don't think they could protect me from like a monster or something. Yeah. Like they need to have that.
I mean, they should have that. And I shouldn't really be saying Kai, because technically the last season of Beyblade, which was G Revolution, my favorite, he's 16 and I'm like, well, old, and it's jailbait, so I'm okay with jailbait.
I feel old now.
It's as bad as these dudes like liking lollies who are like 13.
Oh god, yeah.
Like Game of Life. What was it? That Game of Life. What is it called? Damn, I forgot the name of that.
No game, no life,
no
or
game,
something.
No life.
Yeah,
that's it. No game,
no
day, no life. I think that's your motto, Steph.
Yeah, no game, no life.
You just hold up in your room with all your kitties.
Yeah, just playing my beat on.
Letting it rip with your Beyblade. Now we've got your otome game.
I'm so skilled I can...
Steph.
You've got the exclusive. What goes on behind the scenes on Two Happy Cats.
We need like a room tour. We should have like a live stream, like a 24-hour live stream. What are you doing? Like letting it rip with Beyblades.
Just me muttering and like rocking myself, just being let it rip, let it rip.
Oh man, I gotta catch a breath. Oh goodness me. Oh god, it's so nice to find out I have a
fellow Beyblade
fan. But, yeah.
If you come to Sydney, I'll unpack the Beyblades and I've got like the little dome you can like put them in when you rip them. We can have a little
the plastic dome.
Yeah, we can have a little battle. It's been so long since I've played with someone.
Oh, you know what I can see is doing? I can see is rewatching all of Beyblade.
Yeah.
And then talk about each season.
Yeah, need to see Sydney. Don't worry about the Opera House or the bridge.
Yes. Did you see G Revolution?
No, I didn't. I only watched like the original, the OG.
That was epic. Kai actually stops being so cold as he is.
No.
Starts like really being friends with the others. Like his final battle, he learns the most important lesson.
Friendship.
That is in Beyblade. Well, friendship will like about spirit, like using your inner spirit and stuff. But yeah, seriously, the last battle with him and Brooklyn. When you come across to meet Brooklyn, the ginger guy, I still hate him to this day. Vile thing. He was bad battle with Kai is like, it's like so epic. Oh my goodness.
My gosh.
It was like Kai's true moment to shine, and I just remember I used to tape a lot of the Beyblade series, like on this one VHS tape. It would just have all these old series. It would just all have these old episodes of Beyblade.
Yeah,
and it would be the only whenever I could record it.
That's like the OG. That's like the best.
Yes, yeah, it is. It is like the best it is. But yeah, I used to use this one VHS tape to like record all of the Beyblade episodes. I was so sad. I just sit there replaying it, all these episodes, especially the one with Kite's last battle.
Aww.
And I feel like the majority of this podcast, Beyblade has just come up
so many times.
Endlessly.
It's so good though. It's like, honestly, like if you watch any anime in your life, you have to watch Beyblades. It's the best one.
I know. It's more than about spinning tops and these beasts coming out of them and saying, "Let it rip."
That's only on the surface.
If you need to, you can just imagine Steph doing it in the room.
Just all the cats surrounding the dome and just me ripping the Beyblade.
And I can see like her as maybe doing like some sort of Beyblade collab blog thing. Maybe that'll happen in the future. Maybe
we got this. I'll send you my old Beyblades. We can like Skype and do the Beyblades.
Oh dear. Sorry, folks. Sorry, not sorry for keep talking about Beyblade.
I mean, we should have convinced you to watch it by now.
I know, but hopefully we have convinced you to watch. Maybe we've not given enough reason.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do a whole podcast talking about Beyblade in the future as well. Oh, the endless opportunities. Oh my goodness.
I'm just on eBay now looking at how much it costs for a Beyblade. They're bloody expensive.
Yeah, especially like trying to hunt down like the actual DVDs is hard. I've wanted to get my hands on the DVDs for ages. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But I have a question for you. So how long do you think you'll be doing the blogging game for?
Ooh. Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about this recently because on the one hand, I'm like, I don't know, like I'm kind of like, I wonder, like for me personally, I've never kind of considered doing a proper 9-to-5 job just because of who I am as a person. I know that would be so stifling for me. So I would love to be able to, do a part-time job and kind of continue doing blogging. But at the same time, it's like blogging takes up so much time and so much energy. Like, I don't know how far I'd be able to push it. I mean, I'd love to go for another, like, I've seen blogs that have been around for like 10 years and I'd love to at least hit the 10-year mark.
Yes, we call them the old veterans.
Because you're almost there, aren't you? You're like halfway to 10.
Me?
Yeah.
I really count it for like when it's WordPress. Like this year, or obviously next year. This year it hit 3 years. Has it hit 3 years? Hang on. Yeah, 3 years. But before that, I was on Google Blogger, which I don't like the platform. It doesn't have the best like interactive platform. How engaging I found like the WordPress blogging community is on there.
Yeah.
Before that, I think I was blogging only for a few months. So honestly, it's still 3.5 years for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really going to count when I was on like Google Blogger, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't really get into full-fledged blogging until I started in 2015 of January. So, but like, I've been asked, like, oh, are you going to do this forever? Blah, blah, blah. And, I'll say, I'll probably, like I made a blog post about loving anime till I'm in my rocking chair. Let's just say that bad blogging. Obviously, if, life circumstances, if they change, that's just, it is what it is. But, like right now, even though I'm failing at putting anything out right now because of life, just being able to, but yeah, I agree. Obviously, blogging does take up like time and energy, depending on what you want to write about. So, I think I'll definitely be doing it in the future. I honestly, if I was blogging about anything else, I don't know what else I would be blogging about. Probably more cartoons, probably like Teen Titans and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Are you a Teen Titans fan?
I watched it when I was a kid, but like I feel like I never got into it because in Australia it was only available on Cartoon Network, and I only got to watch it when I was at my grandpa's house.
Oh, good God!
I know I have failed you.
You know what? The fandom for Teen Titans is more massive than ever now. I'm astounded, to be honest. Yes, because I mean, recently the original Teen Titans, I loved it. God, it's like one of my favorite cartoons ever.
Yeah.
And then they made Teen Titans Go, which I can't stand that. That doesn't exist. And then they came out with like a Teen Titans Go movie. And then just recently, actually, this month or last month, no, it was definitely last month. It was teased at the end of the film that we're going to get season 6 of Teen Titans. I'm just like, God, oh my God.
It's happening. This is not a drill.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah. I need to get you into Teen Titans now. Seriously.
Because
missing out on that fandom. There's too many fandoms.
Yeah. Oh,
Too many fandoms.
So many. I remember when I used to really be into Supernatural, and I was just like, oh, there's so much to know, so much to remember.
Oh God, I feel like the show needs to die out now because I don't know how they can stretch the story. I wouldn't even want to attempt going through half the series.
Oh God, no.
Seriously.
It is very, very long.
But just for the record, you know, Sam was, you know,
Sam was
boy.
Yeah.
For me.
I like Castiel, but at the beginning I liked Sam, and then Castiel showed up, and I was like, I need me some angel buns.
Oh. See, I'm such a 90s old core fan. You know, like I love my Charmed, I love my Buffy. I never watched Angel. God, no, I didn't. I feel ashamed. I never saw the original Angel series. Yeah, I need to do that. You know, I'm very like old school when it comes to like some of my programs.
I never got into Charmed. I feel like I've missed a part of the 90s.
Oh my God! There's a lot to. I think there's a lot of work that needs to go with you, Steph.
I know. I've got to build myself up, little baby steps.
Did you ever watch Buffy?
I think I did. I think I watched Angel, and then because Buffy was a spin-off for Angel, or was it the other way around?
I think no. Angel was a spin-off of Buffy. Definitely.
Yeah, because I watched Angel with my parents because my mom loved the main guy.
Oh yes, of course. Why not David? Like, oh my goodness.
God, yes.
I mean, like, what I'm saying to say what fandoms I'm a part of now. Probably, I mean, like, I'm obviously Harry Potter is just still as big as ever. I mean, like, I like Harry Potter, but I'm not like crazy about it. Like some people are. If you went to the UK, London, and oh my God, your head would explode with massive fandom. Of course, that's where Harry Potter heaven is, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like part of the Vampire Diaries fandom.
Oh yes.
And I found out one of the actors is coming here to Supernova, where I am in November. Which the main actor is my favorite dude who plays Damien. I'm like, I might have to go to that con now.
You have to now. You have to. You have to also do the photo op and also the signing event.
Yes, take my money. You can take my money then. I'll only go to those type of cons if they're worth it. They've got a good guest line. To be honest, like a convention I went to last month, which is called AdCon, local con near me.
Mm-hmm.
The guest lineup I didn't think was like that impressive. It was just 5 cosplayer guests who are like Australian cosplayers that are really well known for their work, blah blah blah. And then there was 2 guest ones that were American, which is like Spencer. He's been before in 2013. You know, he's famous for Evangelion doing this voice of Shinji Ikari, and there's Neil dude. I only remembered his voice is the voice of Hawkmon from Digimon. So they've done a lot of video game stuff as well, and you know, I just didn't even care about them when it was at the convention. Like, Artist Alley, come to me.
I love Artist Alley.
Yes. I didn't buy a whole lot. I bought some stuff for a friend, and then I just bought like one print for me because I mean I limited myself on like money wise. I mainly went there to like get manga. Mm-hmm. But one of the cool things that there's never been done before at a convention I've seen here is that there was a local library there, and they were giving away used manga. They were, so I picked up a couple of volumes of manga I've never even heard of.
That's
I've
so
yet to
good.
read them. I do want, I want to do like first impressions of them. But yeah, they were giving away some of these manga, and I was like, damn, I need to follow America convention suit. Like, seriously.
Oh my gosh. They have,
it was.
That would have like been like, was it super busy at that I mean, like they would have been swamped.
No, there was like nobody around when me and my friend went around to the stall.
Yeah.
There was like nobody there.
Jeez.
So it's like, I picked up a couple of volumes, like, oh yeah, don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
So that was cool. It's like free manga.
Yes.
Can't pass that up.
No. Oh, that's incredible. Yeah, I feel like Sydney conventions, like, I don't think I've ever seen something like that at a Sydney convention. Everything's overpriced. Or bootleg.
Oh, of course it would be. I've never been to any of the interstate cons except the one in Melbourne, which is Supernova.
Oh,
Supernova Melbourne. Yes, I've never been to any of. I've only been to that one. That was a good experience. I went with my sister, but yeah, I've never had a chance to go to any of the other conventions like Sydney Smash and the Madman Anime Festival, which is in September. Cry.
Yeah, actually, I think Madman's opened up to be in a few more locations now.
Yeah, they announced for Sydney. I'm just like, right, all you need to do is announce one for Adelaide.
Really?
Then yes,
you'll be perfect.
I doubt. Yeah, but Adelaide, out of all the Australian states, is left on the back burner. We miss out on some of the good stuff. It's true, definitely. You know, like they got rid of Oz Comic Con, like Adelaide here, and they got rid of it in Perth. So now it's only in in Sydney and Melbourne now.
Oh, jeez.
Oz Comic Con. So yeah. So now I only have like 2 conventions here. I do, and honestly, the one in November is not that amazing. Which is like, when I went to this convention last month, it just made me realize even more how much I want to go to different cons. But
yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, like, even just, I don't know, I get so jealous of all the stuff that happens in America. Like, I was watching, like, with all the videos and the pictures that came out of, what's the one that came, like, Anime Fest? And then you've got Otakon coming up this week.
Oh, yeah, Otakon is this weekend, and Anime Fest, I think, is this weekend, or no, next week. I think it's next week. I can't remember. But yeah, like, you know, like, I got through... It's normal to feel jealous of you. Yeah, obviously. But at the same time, it's like, I know, like, one day I'll get to like go out there to a convention. I will. So, and I've made friends with someone now who like wants to go to some like the interstate Australian ones. So I feel like that is going to be like possible now, which is good. Where I honestly didn't know anybody that would want to go to any of the like interstate conventions and stuff. So, but yeah, like I'm like, for me personally, I'm not like comfortable with like going on an aeroplane on my own. Yeah, I can't deal with that. Like, definitely my anxiety would like go through the roof. Woo! So, but I feel like maybe next year will be my year.
Yeah,
definitely. I feel like it will be my year. But you know what? You just never know. I mean, I feel like it's useless just putting yourself in the dumps. Like, oh God, I'm never going to go to a convention in my life. I'm never going to go to a American one. I believe you can just not think like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, as long as you've kind of got the goal and you can work towards it, then like you can do it. But like the second you start doubting yourself, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Are you going to the Madman Festival one next month?
Maybe not that one, because it's pretty close. I'm going on a trip to China with my dad then. So,
cool.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna try to get to the one they're having in Sydney next year. Fingers crossed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I quite like them.
Maybe that's when me and you will finally meet, maybe.
Yes! I'll bring my Beyblades.
I know, we'll let it rip in the convention hall.
But dude, can you imagine?
Oh my
I'm
God,
sure.
yes, we'll just cross gender play as like our favorite boys.
Exactly.
I'll be Kai.
Okay, I can't remember
double
anyone.
Kai. We could be double Kai.
Oh, double
It's
Kai,
okay,
yes.
Double Kai.
I literally cannot remember any characters but Kai, just because I really loved Kai.
Well, obviously there's Tyson, Daichi. Ray was my second favorite.
Oh,
Loved Ray.
I remember Max.
You know, oh yeah, Max. Max was so adorable. And then when Daichi came into like G Revolution, it's like, oh, you're an annoying little brat.
Yes.
I can't remember some of like the contenders' names. They're just like forgettable.
Yeah.
Sorry, just like forgettable. Oh my goodness.
Oh. Yeah, we'll be double Kais.
Yes. It'll happen, people.
It'll happen. You heard it here first.
Don't let yourself think that things won't happen, because if you do, then they're not going to happen. And yeah, I feel like what personally reflecting now, like what anime has given me, like the opportunities and stuff. You know what? Anime just makes life exciting.
Yeah.
That's how I view it. It makes my daily life exciting. It really does. Like seeing like one of my friends tweet about something ridiculous, anime related, or just scrolling through Twitter, Instagram, whatever. It brings definitely some excitement to my life. That's why I love anime. I love anime for a bunch of different reasons.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of like the escapism of anime, like just kind of that chance to kind of almost experience a different life, and like
who needs normal TV?
Yeah.
No, I do need my Vampire Diaries, and I need my dramas. Oh yes, I need my dramas. Are you into dramas, Steph?
I used to be, and then my mom is kind of getting into them, and she's been trying to get me to watch some, but I don't know.
Really? That's awesome. I can never get my mom into it. Can't even. I mean, my parents know the fact that I like anime.
Yeah.
They're pretty supportive of it. They were just like, "Oh, is this another package from Ching Chang Chong?" Like they'll probably say that about that when the Madman parcel comes.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I actually, when I started watching anime, a lot of it was because of my mom, because my mom grew up with it in Hong Kong, and then she started to kind of like, we would kind of sit together and watch it, and then one of my favorite series, the only reason I watched it was because my mom brought all the DVDs home one day, and we just kind of got through it together.
Oh, that's funny. See, I didn't know you could actually like buy physical releases of some of the dramas, because I thought most of them are bootlegged.
Yes.
I don't know where an official site is to actually buy proper ones. I've never really actually researched that yet.
Yeah.
But, I have the convenience of like do you have Netflix?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the abundance of, like recently I noticed in the last 2 months, the availability of different dramas now.
Oh, it's just skyrocketing.
I was scrolling through it last night, and I'm like, there's all these Taiwan, these Chinese, these Japanese, Korean, there's all these ones that just appeared out of nowhere, because before there was nothing on there, like hardly any dramas. Now there's just a million of them, and I'm like, oh my god, my brain.
I know, it's like, how do I get through these? What's going on? Although,
So you've not watched a drama in a long time then?
Yeah, I think the last time I watched it was like Boys Over Flowers, when I was like in high school.
Oh, that's still on there actually.
Oh, is it? I gotta rewatch that. I love that.
Oh, you should watch the Japanese version, Hana Yori Dango.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. That's a good Japanese version. Is good. I think where the story comes from, like, Itsura no Kiss, there's so many adaptations drama-wise of that story about the girl that, is failing in class F, and then, like, she wants the popular guy, the smartest guy in school to notice her, and then she ends up moving in with him because of, like, an earthquake and that, but the story has been readjusted, it has.
Yeah.
There's actually a Chinese adaptation now of this story airing on Netflix right now. It's called Media Garden, and I really want to watch it.
Oh, my mom was talking about that, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, it comes out weekly episodes. I've not started watching it yet because I just finished one called A Love So Venus.
Oh yeah.
which was hysterical.
Yeah.
Which I would actually highly recommend to you. It's an adult one. It's about a woman who's in her 30s, and her boyfriend of 15 years has just broken up with her because she's fat. And she then becomes determined to lose weight for herself, not because of him, and not to like show him up or anything. But then she ends up getting the help of a personal celebrity trainer called and don't ask me about Japanese or Korean names. I'm terrible. I have to look them up. But yeah, of course, it's obvious these two end up like, you know, falling for each other, loses his weight, and there's this whole bunch of other background stuff that happens. Very like, some of it can get like business and political, nothing too complicated, but it's so funny that how this main couple interact together is hysterical. And I absolutely resonated with this drama on the perspective of, you know, like trying to lose weight and about exercise, and like I'm hopeless at exercise. I was way back, like now I'm highly more motivated, but I just love seeing this aspect and how she achieves her goals, and while at the same time the Korean drama is hilarious. I mean, I personally think you would enjoy it, to be honest. I would. But yeah, we all know what comes with dramas, like hour-long episodes. Like, oh my goodness. You don't want to binge those. Like, you just want to watch like once a day or like 2 a day, and like take 2 hours of your life. But yeah, they can consume it. I mean, honestly, I blame my blogger friend Lynn, who is a massive drama freak, and she's had a lot of influence over me. But yes, you should listen to your mum, Steph. If you want a break from anime, I always, if I want a break from anime, which is not very often, I usually just dive into a drama now, to be honest.
And she gets like frustrated because like she'll be like, can we watch like a drama? And I'll be like, no, let's watch this crappy reality TV show like Catfish or The Bachelor. And she'll be like, oh
God, don't remind me about The Bachelor. I know that's starting next week.
It is.
Curious.
I am excited. I just watched the first episode and the last episode.
Just, you know, like, I know me and my mum are like, well, usually we end up watching it, but I'm very curious about this one because, you know, he's very, very down to earth. He's nothing like the other bachelors that we've had.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be funny. I know it's going to be like probably a bitch fest, but but I'm still curious. Like, I want to see how when he meets all these women, like his reactions are like, whoa, man. Whoa. It's like, you know, he's a footballer. But for anyone that actually doesn't know, but The Bachelor here is a, you know, trashy romance reality TV show where they get this one guy and all these bunch of girls, and he has to pick his one true love from the lot. And usually they end up getting like rich, wealthy men or celebrity men. But this one is this year's one, he's a celebrity footballer, a Aussie local one, and he's going to be very different to some of the other bachelors we've had over the years. So,
yeah, he's pretty much like
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much like Crocodile Dundee in modern times.
I mean, like, yeah, I think it's hysterical, and you know, like I was saying before, like, you know, me and my mum, we're gonna watch it, but at the same time, we're gonna end up being roped into it anyway.
Yes. Because sometimes you get invested, like the girl, like if you get like a girl who's really nice and you just want the best for her.
Yes, exactly. But you know, most of them are like all two-faced. Some are like the other girls, like, on the show, and like, you know. But I couldn't be in that situation where like you're kissing, like, you know, multiple girls, and it's just too of an awkward situation for me.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's just easier sitting back on the couch and just watching somebody else go through it. It's like, oh God, that's not me.
That's not me, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, but you know, I would rather watch anime over trashy, you know, TV.
Yeah, I guess it depends what mood I'm in.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, I think we're already an hour and 20 minutes into this.
Oh gosh.
My goodness.
We were like aiming for 40.
Right. We were aiming for 40 minutes, but like I said, this is just what happens with podcasts. But look, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, and you should definitely go give Steph a follow on her blog. She has Twitter. I'll just put all the links down below. I don't really need to say any more on that. Are there any final words that you would like to say, Steph?
No,
Sound like a judge or something.
Thank you. Let it rip.
What's your last word?
Let it rip all day, every day.
It's all right. She'll let me rip.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh dear. You have a funny laugh, by the way.
Oh, do I?
Yes, you do. And I have to thank you. This will be like you are the very first of many podcasts to come, which will be interacting with small bloggers and smaller YouTubers, which is very, very exciting.
Yay!
So I thank you for joining me for this first of many. I do.
Yay! Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes. Look, it's been wonderful, and it's nice to have two down under bloggers talking it out about Beyblade and all the trashy stuff. So, hopefully you'll learn something new during this podcast. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm totally hopeless at this podcast game. I'm just rusty, really. But yes, look, all the links down below. And yeah, we are out, and maybe this won't be the last that you hear from us both. Maybe we'll do one about Beyblade.
Yeah.
Otome.
Oh, yes. I'm going to force you to play some games.
Yeah, she's gonna convert me, everybody.
I will.
Help me. All right, well, this is bye for now. Bye, guys.
Bye. Am I supposed to say? I'm going to say bye. Bye.